Jennifer Garner has always been known as one of Hollywood's most grounded, loving, and fiercely protective mothers. Despite her fame, she's prioritized her children above all else, often shielding them from the constant chaos of celebrity life. But even someone as poised and composed as Jennifer Garner isn't immune to fear, especially when it comes to her eldest daughter, Violet Affleck, growing up under the influence of both her parents. Recently, Jennifer opened up about something deeply personal, her biggest fear about Violet navigating adulthood, especially with Ben Affleck still such a visible figure in her life. And what she admitted is something so many parents, even outside Hollywood, can relate to. When Jennifer and Ben Affleck officially ended their decade-long marriage in 2018, fans around the world were heartbroken. But the two promised to keep their family as the top priority, focusing on co-parenting their 3 children, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel, in as healthy an environment as possible. Still, divorce is complicated. And co-parenting, especially in the public eye, adds layers of stress most of us can't even imagine. Despite the paparazzi, the tabloid rumors, and the emotional ups and downs, Jennifer and Ben have made a noticeable effort to remain civil for their kids. Yet, as Violet matures into a young woman, Jennifer can't help but worry about the unavoidable influence of her father, Ben Affleck, a man both adored and criticized by the world. Violet Affleck, now blossoming into an intelligent and independent teenager, resembles her mother in so many ways: her poise, her academic focus, her empathy. But the reality is, she's also growing up in a world where her father's name constantly makes headlines, for better or worse. Jennifer has admitted privately to friends, and reportedly behind closed doors, that her biggest fear isn't about Violet being exposed to fame. That's inevitable. What worries her most is Violet absorbing some of the personal struggles Ben Affleck has battled so publicly, particularly his history with addiction, mental health challenges, and complicated romantic relationships. Jennifer's concern isn't rooted in resentment towards Ben, but in a protective instinct that any mother would feel. Despite his love for his children and his constant efforts to be a better father, Ben's well-documented struggles with alcohol and his rollercoaster relationship history, including his current turbulent marriage to Jennifer Lopez, leave Jennifer Garner anxious about the example being set for their daughter. Insiders close to Jennifer say she's expressed these fears in private circles, revealing that her deepest hope is for Violet to grow into a woman who knows her worth, sets healthy boundaries, and avoids the emotional pitfalls that fame and dysfunctional relationships can bring. Jennifer, who has long advocated for therapy, mental health awareness, and stability, wants Violet to see both sides of her father, the charismatic, loving dad, but also the flawed man working through his personal demons. She fears that without proper guidance, Violet might either idealize Ben's struggles or unconsciously repeat patterns that have haunted their family. At public events, fans have noticed how protective Jennifer is of Violet, keeping her grounded in education, philanthropy, and away from the toxic spotlight that often follows her father. But as Violet steps into adulthood, her exposure to Ben's choices, both past and present, becomes harder to shield. Ben Affleck, to his credit, has made significant strides in recent years. From speaking openly about his addiction to seeking treatment and participating in programs that promote sobriety and personal growth, he's been transparent about his missteps. However, his struggles still make headlines, and his every move is scrutinized. Jennifer knows that Violet will inevitably see both the highs and lows of her father's life, from his acclaimed acting career to his public breakups and controversial moments. And that's where her biggest fear lies, not in Ben being present, but in Violet learning life lessons through pain, disappointment, or disillusionment. Despite this, Jennifer remains committed to co-parenting with grace, emphasizing open conversations, emotional intelligence, and personal accountability within their family dynamic. Violet's future remains bright. Known for her academic excellence, her quiet confidence, and her mother's protective love, she has every tool to carve out her own identity, independent of her parents' fame. But Jennifer Garner's admission reminds us all of the universal parental fear, that no matter how hard you try, you can't control every influence in your child's life, especially when those influences are splashed across TV screens and social media feeds worldwide. Jennifer's candidness about this fear paints her not just as a celebrity, but as a mother like any other, navigating the complexities of raising a child in an unpredictable world. Jennifer Garner's heartfelt confession about her worries for Violet is a testament to her unwavering dedication as a parent. It also shines a light on the human side of celebrity families, the fears, the hopes, and the constant balancing act between public image and private life. So, what do you think? Do you believe Jennifer's fears are justified, or do you see Ben Affleck's influence as ultimately positive for Violet's development? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.